I am sure sports. You know me there, from coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the date done, you are gonna love over your son.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Picnic Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
William Knibb Memorial High School D-Cup Alumni presents its third annual fundraising barbecue on Memorial Day, May 30th, 2022. Wear your favorite jersey to Wilsonwood Park in Mount Vernon, New York. Remember to take exit 12 off the Hutchinson River Parkway. Music by DJ Mad Max of Sound 1000. Proceeds to aid the William Knibb High School Costa Cup team. For more information, contact Keegan 304-607-4034. Our Codfish at 954-639-2991. Proud of people, it's important. Remember, make sure say Ono did that.
All right, greetings, good evening, and welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I'm your host, Manningsman, and this evening we have Mr. Shavar Thomas with us, and we need to sort out some back window, back stuff. Here's what happened. He actually sent the link. I realized he sent the link to but the link that he actually sent, so the link that he sent, Shavar, is actually the link for the live studio. So you will notice that all of them are in the studio, right? So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to send you the actual link for the show. All right, you're going to sign out and you're going to send this link to them, and then you come back on. All right. So I just sent you the live show now. So just tell them to. So I'm going to take you off screen, and then you send that one to them so they can join the live. All right. And then, so I wanted to show you him, people, and then, because you don't know, all the family and friends and stuff had to see it. So let's sort that out. In the meantime, while he does that, he's sending the live link out. Let me just say a big thank you to the sponsors of this video. The sponsors of this video are Prestige Finance. Prestige Finance, lending a helping hand when you need it the most. You can call them at 876-884-7390. They are located in Linstead, St. Catherine, and they're offering loans of up to 100,000 Jamaican dollars, and no no processing fee, same day processing, and 0 to 4% interest rate. So check them out and let them know you hear about them from I Am Sure Sports. Only 0 to 4% interest rate. Also, a big thank you to Launch Legacy. Launch Legacy, where they handle risk and seek legacy for all your personal insurance needs in Canada and the USA. Visit them at launchlegacy.com or call or text them at 647-989-0782. The great Patrick Reed will be there to assist you. So come on in. Go and check out Launch Legacy. Also, a big thank you to every single one of you. So many of you are already on. Thank you for coming on to show your love for Shavar Thomas. Listen, there's so much. His bio is very expansive, right? So I can't go through his bio. It is too expansive. There's too much to cover, from high school to college to MLS to national team to captaincy to coaching. So I will not go through his entire bio in introducing him. Just know that he's a humble guy. I mean, his school and my school are at odds because my school started before his, but still his alma mater is known as the oldest school in this Western Hemisphere. They say high school, but it is not so, people. It is the man in the school. But outside of that, everything is fine with us. So I want you all to join me in welcoming to the I Am Sure Studios this evening a big man in Jamaica's football, a legend when you think about his accomplishment in Jamaica's football from his young years all the way to his senior career. So let's welcome Mr. Shavar Thomas. There we go. All right. We need to see your face. How we going to do this now? Because we're not seeing your face. There you go.
So, good evening to you and your listeners.
No, we're still not seeing your face, you know. People, tell me if I see this face. So I have to tilt the phone up a little bit, or you have to take the cushion out the sofa, man.
No, good. So good. You see me now. So good evening to you and the listeners. But
I'm telling you, they are not seeing you. They are not.
Oh, they're not. So they see me now.
Yeah, and I know Tyrone not going to be happy if he's not seeing us. So make sure.
So good evening to you and the listeners. But let me correct you. The school you're talking about, with Mannings, you're referring to Woolman's, and I'm not a Woolmere, and my brother is a Woolmere, and you're exactly.
Yeah.
But let me make you aware of this. I went to Excelsior High School, so we are eagles and we never flock, and we fly really high.
I see. Alex, I'm coming after you next. Right? I saw you what they gave, but welcome to the show, and thank you for that, man. Thank you for that. For some reason, I thought you were at Wolmer's, you know, but yeah, Excelsior here and there, you know. Big up.
No, here and there we fly high again, you know. When you see an eagle flying at top speed and him fly past the next bird, it has to be an eagle. Yeah. So
yeah,
I'll leave you with that.
All right. So listen. Again, thank you for coming. Thank you for making yourself available, and really appreciate you coming on. And let me just take a time out to say a big thank you also for your service to Jamaica's football, from your youth days to your senior days, even in terms of coaching and passing on knowledge. And so a big thank you just up front from all of us fans of Jamaica's football. A big thank you to you. And you can tell, I mean, there are many past footballers also watching at this time who I know will come in and give their comments as we go along. But as we usually do, I want to ask you to just share your story with us. How did it all start for you? As far back as you can remember, just give us your journey in the sport all the way through to your high school career, like your final days in high school, and then we move from there.
That's a long time. As far back. But maybe like Bob Marley said, started out crying. So yeah, I guess we start at the same page, you know. But yeah, I mean, in my early days, obviously, I hail from the community at Anatown, you know, Western Kingston, the region. If we don't know, went to Shatola Park primary school, where I would say in Anatown is where I get my first taste of, our first introduction to the game and to football itself, because everybody around me played. My older brother played football. All the youths in the community play football. It was a big thing. So, it was me following behind them and trying to be like them. So, that is how it started. From Shatola Park Primary to the Excelsior High. But let me step back a little bit. It so happened that in primary school football, Shatola Park did not participated.
Oh.
So, exactly. I think we participated 1 year or 2 years, but I didn't make the team. I was younger in, I think, grade 3. So I paid for my jersey, but I paid for it for somebody to play in. No, this is a true story. Yeah, I wear number 16. I never forgot. So, but I never played a game. The older boys played, and but that never deterred me, because from this onset, I fell in love with the game, wanting to play, and I had a talent. When I tell people that I used to play soccer, I remember playing soccer with breadfruit, so we pick the breadfruit off the tree and go in the classrooms over by Shatola Park Primary, because I live right a stone throw from the school, and me and my friends will play till night or till it's dark, till your parents call you. And so that's it, how it really began. And then from there I went to Excelsior High School, and I guess the rest is history. But I continued.
How did you end up at Excelsior? You did common entrance and then.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Common entrance.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so your first.
Obviously, education is very important. Very important in my family. Maybe it's the first time this would be said, but knock on wood that all of my siblings, had a chance to transition from primary school to top class, I would say, high schools. 5 sisters, 4 of them went to Alpha Academy, Convent of Mercy. My oldest sister went to the Queen's High School for girls. My oldest brother, Omar Thomas, played Manning Cup for St. George's, captain St. George's, play youth national team. Went to St. George's. Alex went to Wolmer's, myself, Excelsior, and then my youngest brother, Richard, went to Bridgeport High School. So, education is very important in my family. So,
Okay, awesome. So there are 9 of you, 9 siblings.
9 of us, yep.
9 of us. Oh, okay, awesome. So the first team that you actually played for then would be Excelsior under 14.
The first school that I played, yes.
Oh, but you played.
Before that, I was playing club football. So before I went to Excelsior,
yeah,
I had my first, I would say, team in terms of a setting, organized football setting, was Anatown Youth Club, U13s. It was coached by Leroy Dixon, doctor. Just again, just a person that I love off the game and love the football, and we as youngsters were following behind what was Anatown Football Club at the time, and all of those guys were older guys, and we loved it. So he started just to coach us and enter us into back then was some corner league set up in the community, and from there after that was a short stint, and then from there I joined Jonestown Football Club. So then we enter in what was Ken Matthews under 14.
14, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And also we played in the minor leagues back in the days, so the U16. So at age 9, I was playing U14 and U16s.
At 9 years old?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
For Jonestown?
Yeah, man.
Whoa.
Play at that time.
At that time?
Huh? Any of my teammates?
You remember?
You know.
Yeah, go ahead.
But I'll give you the story. The other day, when sad, rest in peace, to Irvina English. The other day when he died, I was at his 9 night, and he had a picture. There was a picture there that we took, and on the picture it was a Jonestown team, U16 team, and on the picture I think it was 10 of us that represented the country.
Whoa.
From that picture.
From that same picture, and you were 9 at that time.
Yes, man. So Kevin Wilson, Eugene Barnes, Cornell Chinsu, Irvina English, Damian Powell, who else?
Whoa.
Yeah, man. Kirk Martin, who else? A lot of us. I mean, you name it. Pretty much the team that you see, the team that win Triple Crown 1995 for Charlie Smith.
Yes.
Pretty much all of those guys I grew up with, play with.
Okay. All right. So you got Excelsior now. Though you're playing, you're playing community-based football. Excelsior is your first taste of high school football. Tell us about, that journey.
Yeah, that was, because that was, I think refreshing for me, and I was anticipating it. So I remember I went to
Is that the school you wanted? Hold on, is that the school you wanted to go? You wanted to go to George's?
No, Excelsior. I believe in faith, and it took me where I was supposed to be, and trust me, that place had helped me or turned me into the man I am today. So, and the people that I came across, the teachers I came across, the friends that I've met there up to this point in time, we are still friends and will be friends for the rest of our lives. And so it is a good place for me. It was a good place for me.
Yeah. So,
but the first day we had orientation, I remembered, and myself and my mother. So my mother is the person, she's aloof in terms of sports and all of that. That's not her thing. And the first time I hear her, she said to me, when after the orientation, they said, okay, boys who are interested in playing, coming out for the Pepsi U13 teams, just step over here and sign up. And then she turned to me and was like, you're not going over there? So
yeah,
I smiled. So I went over there. So all these guys were coming from, prominent soccer playing primary schools, the St. Albans, the Mona primaries, the Windward Road primaries, and I was from a no-name Chatola Park in terms of football. But Chatola Park is a big-time school. If you check the history, you would know. It's true.
This goalkeeper from Excelsior called himself Ryan LFC from Liverpool, said I need to stop playing games with Excelsior. Big school.
Exactly. Yeah, where eagles will fly high. But so right there and then I signed up for the Pepsi training, started out, going. But the funny thing is, when I started out Pepsi training, we trained in evening times, but so that is right before the Manning Cup guys were training. But the funny thing is, I knew a couple of Manning Cup guys from playing against them in U16s.
Oh.
Yeah.
When you were playing at Jonestown, you'd have played against some Excelsior Manning
Cup
players.
Yeah. So now I'm coming in playing for the Pepsi. And I mean, obviously, in terms
you
of
play against them in U16.
Yeah. So in terms of So in terms of I was my nickname came from being at Excelsior, Baby Giant, because I was in 7th grade. I was bigger than my classmate, bigger than everybody else, and But yeah, sports was,
So you know that you just told people your nickname because many of them didn't know that.
yeah,
That you're
man.
called Baby Giant.
Yeah, so from there it started. Actually, I played Pepsi. We got to the finals that year. We lost to Norma Manley. Actually, who we beat, Norma Manley was in our zone. And it was our first game of the season. We beat them 3-1, and they ended up beating us in the final. One getaway from us, but that year was
You were the captain as well?
no, I wasn't the captain.
Okay.
Or actually, we had a captain that he was on our team for 3 years already. So he was in third form, but still playing Pepsi, and he was the smallest guy on the team. Smallest, but very good player. Very good player.
Who is that?
Very good player. Yeah. And we went from there, from time to time, Excelsior is an inclusive school. So even being around as a youngster playing on the Pepsi team, Frank Brown, who was the coach at the time, 93 when we won the Manning Cup, Captain Fabian Watkins, and all of the big Excelsior ballers.
Oh, you're there when Fabian won it.
Yeah, man.
First one.
Yeah, man. I was in first form. But, like I said, it still says an inclusive place. So I felt a part of, because even at some times during the season, I will train with them. They will, Coach Frank Brown would have me come and train with the Manning Cup squad and, be a part of it and, get the feel. So, and that was good for me, because when my time came around, I know how to deal with the situation and deal with the environment, and also, to how to treat the younger ones.
Okay, so you played under 14. Did you go on to under 16, or you just transition into the Manning Cup team?
Manning Cup.
Okay.
When I went to second form, when I went to 8th grade, it was Manning Cup right there.
Oh, so in 8th grade, you were in the Manning Cup team?
Starting
as a centre back?
No, I started the season playing center midfield.
Okay. Well, how was your first season? Because this is 1995.
94.
94. All right. So how did
94 is my first season in Manning Cup. The first season we
would have been weakened because the Fabian Watkins and those guys would have left in 93.
Yes, but we still had a decent team. We went to we were very close in the playoff to enter into the semis. I think we got edged out that year, but we were a solid team just the same. We won a lot of games and stuff. Solid
okay.
side.
Which one of your Manning Cup season was the best? Because 95 Charlie Simit won, because they had a big team that year. So that would have been your second year. I mean, how did it go? 96?
96 was a solid season for me. Again, we were edged out by Norman Manley, who won that year.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the team with Irvino English, no?
Irvino English, yes. Kurt Martin and all of them.
All your Kenny Mattis are under all of those players. One set one with Charlie, one set one with Norman
Manley. Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Definitely. And then after that season, 96 season, I had the opportunity to go to boarding school overseas, Ochke school, and I took the opportunity and changed my life.
Oh, so you didn't play all
I didn't
years.
go. I did. After fourth form, I left Excelsior.
Okay. Oh, okay. So you missed the opportunity to win a title with Excelsior.
Yes, I did.
All right. So you went to boarding school. Tell us about that, because you left boarding school and you went to University of Connecticut. Right, the Huskies.
Mm-hmm.
But tell us how you left from boarding school to the Huskies.
Well, I mean, when I get to boarding school, it was not a culture shock for me, because I think I can safely say I've been exposed in every aspect of life itself, where things are not new to me when I actually get there or get in the position or in the situation. Because when I went to boarding school, it was it was like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air going from Philadelphia to Bel-Air.
Yeah.
In not so much words.
Yeah.
That was what it is. It was the elites of elites. You name it. I don't even have to say it. You name it. And I'm not talking just in America, the world. You probably your classmate in one of your class probably be the Prince of Jordan. That's
Really?
what boarding.
Whoa, that's what you went into?
Yes.
From Excelsior? Wow. No, are you
Yes.
saying was it a culture shock?
No, it wasn't a culture shock for me. I mean,
Whoa.
those guys wanted my life. So why would I be?
Whoa.
Why would I be a culture shock to me? No.
Okay.
They were good people. Humble. They have everything, and they were very humble. 99% of them. And here and there you have the few, but for the most part, they were very humble, genuine, and caring people, and just the whole environment, the teachers, the community, at Hotchkiss, helped me to even be a better person today.
Yeah.
Believe it.
Because you spent a couple of years there before you went to.
I did 3 years at Hotchkiss.
Yeah.
So I did lower mid, upper mid, and senior. I graduated in 2000. So lower mid would what you would call 10, grade 10.
Yes.
In Jamaica, and then upper mid would be grade 11. Senior would be grade 12.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And then from there you move on to the University of Connecticut, where your football took off, because between you leaving Excelsior and getting to University of Connecticut, you were not called up to any Jamaica U team.
Huh? You know do your research then, if you ask me that.
Yeah?
You know do your research. So let me step back. Before I left for Hotchkiss, when I get to Excelsior, I started playing with Real Mona. So Coach Jack. Yeah, so let me back up. So Coach Jackie Walters, I guess, saw me playing schoolboy, and, he coached my older brother before. So, that's all the connection.
Yeah, I remember that story because Foley was there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So you share that story, right?
Yeah. So I played U14s at, not even U14, U12s at Mona, U14, U16, under 20, Sid Bartlett Major League for Mona. I played it all.
That's what I'm saying, but you were just 15, because when you left Jamaica, you were around.
I'm telling you, during that, yeah, and during that time, I played for everything for Mona. Everything.
Whoa. Okay, all right. So
and in that space, I was on the U17 squad, Jamaica national team. So, and I'm very fortunate to have captained every level of Jamaica football.
Right. You captain under 17, under 20, under 23, and senior team.
Yes.
Yeah.
So during that time, before I went off to Hotchkiss, I was in the youth program, playing, training, even when Samoes was the technical director for the national team, I was in the youth teams, earning my skills and, growing and developing.
Okay, so now I get it. So when you went to the Hotchkiss, you were not called back?
Yes, man. From time to time, I'm going and training.
Come back and play?
Yeah, training camps, tournaments. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So which youth tournament at the under 17 level did you play at?
At that time, we didn't have what they have now. We didn't have really no Caribbean tournament per se. So we would, my first tournament was in, we went to Alabama to play in a development tournament. So in America, you have all the regional teams.
Yeah.
So they would come together, and we were invitational team in that tournament. On my team, we had was a bunch of young players: Christopher Nicholas, myself, Alex Blake, Romel Wallen, Damian Borasing. Solid team. Some really good players that I've played with. Kevin Deere. I've played all of them.
Okay. All right. So your football, got to a next level when you got to the University of Connecticut.
Yes. So Hotchkiss is a school where, all the top universities, they come there to recruit you. You don't have to take your time out to say, okay, I'm gonna go over there to try to go to Yale, Harvard. No, schools come to Hotchkiss to say, hey, we want you to come here. But I know what I wanted from I would say 12, and football was what I wanted. All my family can tell you that. Everybody that know me can tell you that. But that being said, it was a situation where do your schoolwork, then you can play as much football as you want. So I was always, okay, if I do this, I can play, and okay, it's done. So I say that to say this. In choosing college, I know that UConn would have best prepared me for the next level. Next level being professional football.
Yeah. You did 2 years at UConn.
Yes, I did 2 years at UConn, and then I went for the draft.
Right. Tell us about the 2 years, because 1 year you were All-American, second team.
Yeah, man. Big East champions. Even before I went to UConn, I was high school All-American.
Right. Yeah, you're All-American in high school and All-American in college as well.
College, all of them.
You
Big
have to tell the
East.
people, because I don't know if everybody know these things. You have to tell them that you can't be so biased. You have to tell the people, because not everybody gets All-American in high school and in college, because the truth is that when you track your career, you have won, like I would say, everything in your career. Except the World Cup, of course.
So I was high school All-American, Connecticut Player of the Year in high school. I was All-American in college. Big East regular season champions. I guess, but I didn't win the NCAA championship when I was at UConn in my 2 years. But we did very well. Make a lot of noise. Go to the finals, round of 16s. It was good for me. And during that time at UConn, I was also playing U20 World Cup qualifiers.
Right. Because you were the captain of the team, the U20 team.
That went to Argentina World Cup.
Yeah.
So at that time, I was also playing in the qualifiers. I think right before I went to UConn, we were playing in the qualifiers, because the final phase of the qualifiers would have been in February of that year when I would be starting college.
You actually played, because you actually came back and played a little while before you went to college for Hazard.
Yes. So what during that time, what had happened is that, so when we qualified for the World Cup, we qualified. We played the qualifier. Final phase of the qualifiers was in February. Good. I was gonna start college in August of 2000.
Right.
Of 2000. So when we qualified, it was a situation where I was playing U20s and I was playing with the national senior team. Yeah,
Oh,
so at the time now, so when we qualified, we had in our zone it was Canada. The final zone it was tough. It was Canada, us, Mexico. I think if you're not Guatemala is Honduras. One of the three. So it was a tough zone, but we did qualify. I got MVP of the qualification
yeah.
final round. We and Canada we tied on points, so we both went through over Mexico. That had a big team with Rafa Marquez and all of them. Yeah, it was
Man, you're just talking like these things are look ordinary small things, We just qualified over Mexico with Rafa Marquez. Like this, you're talking like these things are just some, it's a small thing, you
no,
understand?
it's not no smart thing. I mean, I guess even to date, we haven't gotten the big record. I'm thinking if we were probably playing for a different country, that U20 team, people would probably idolize us now, and because of what we had achieved. I'm not saying that the Jamaican public never, welcome us and saw it as a massive achievement, but to the extent what like you're saying now, I'm looking
Yeah,
at it because
like it's
maybe
just a
that's.
small thing. I, I
I
mean,
mean, for me, I look at it this way. It's part of my professional career. So, if I want to, quote unquote, be one of the best, those things will be a part of it. So, so yeah, so it should have been a part of it. You getting, you know, um, individual, accomplishments and or collective accomplishments as a team. But yeah, we qualified for the World Cup, and so now I'm in terms of a limbo, in terms of okay, now after we qualified, so it's
you
a
don't get to
preparation.
college yet. You finish high school. What do you do in between the space?
Exactly. So
Yeah.
now, so now, so now it was a situation where I'm playing with the senior team. We're preparing with the U20s that whole year, and college is coming in place. I have already committed in January a letter of intent, all of
To
that
UConn.
to UConn, all the press conference and all of that, committed to UConn, and then I had to go to them and say, listen, I'm gonna defer for a year to come back to college next year. I want to play. I want to focus on preparing for the U20 World Cups
Whoa.
and play in the senior team. Most kids my age, no, most footballers my age never have this opportunity. So I went to them and I say it was, a big decision because my family get involved because this is school we're
Right,
talking
in
about.
different school. You're 18 at this time, though.
Exactly, and this is
Yeah.
school. So this decision is just not up to me to say, okay, go play football. No. So at the round table and my family say, okay, you know what, explore this option. At least school is there. If the scholarship will be there. You're young and healthy, boom, it will be there. You can play for them and go to school, get your education and explore your professional career. So I had to go to UConn and say, listen, I'm deferring for a year. In that year that I defer, they won the national championship.
Yeah. And the 2 years you played, what did you do with it?
Yeah. So I guess I would have been the coach. The coach, Ray Reid, all of us we love Ray Reid. So the coach Ray Reid said to me, yeah, Shavar, you're the final. In all my recruitment, they always say, hey, you're the final piece to the puzzle. You're the final piece to the puzzle. You're the final piece. But I guess they had the puzzle already. So yeah, they won it. So after I played during the World Cup the following summer and World Cup qualifiers with the senior team, that August morning in 2001, I should say. I went to school because I promised them, hey, I'm gonna defer for a year and do this.
Yeah.
But also in that time, when I was playing with the national team, I went to Reading. I went to Reading FC. They were in the championship. They were playing in the championship right before they get to the. I went there for a month on a trial, and a young player, getting to know the professional football and professional life. And that was my first, taste of real, professional football, so to speak. Yeah, I was there for a month.
Yeah, listen, the amount of comments, right? People are seeing all your comments, but please, it's so much, because we don't reach anywhere. This is like the beginning of the story. You understand me? So, but I'm going to get some of the comments. This person is saying, Andrew55 with a super chat says, can't forget when Shavar chopped Beckham off the field. But
hey, that was a good picture, actually, a good video, because that was a rivalry game when I was playing for Chivas, and we were playing against the Galaxy, and Beckham he just came over joining the Galaxy, and we had those games were rocking. Fans, the Mexican fans, because our team was Mexican based. Yeah. With playing against the Galaxy, the stadium was rocking, and they were up for the game. We were up for the game. Two good teams at the time, and Beckham just rushed in, and I just caught him and him slide off the field.
Yeah, and listen, I have some comments, right? I have this person called Tuffy Rudy, right? So he's having a conversation, I think, with somebody else from Connecticut. So he's saying, yes, private school that Shavar couldn't beat. Not bragging, but my son was a big problem for them. I think that is tough.
No, that couldn't be tough. That would be Lumi Shafe. Alex went to that school, but a regular would be Lumi Shafe.
So well, let me just give you some comments, because I see Richard Edwards is also Winston is saying that Honduras was the fourth team in that group that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Alex Thomas, your younger brother, says, do the 5. Blessings, my brother. Yeah. But Chris Wayne says, UConn, a big school. Did Shavar rub shoulders with Rip Hamilton, who went to the NBA?
Yeah, man. All of it. Ben Garden, Omeka Okafor.
Oh, all you guys were at UConn at the same time?
Karen Butler. Yeah, man, all of those guys.
Oh, so like we...
Yeah, man. All of them guys was there at school.
He said, never win a high school championship in high school. Couldn't get past Taft, TAFT.
Oh my God! Anybody from Taft? No. So let me. Anybody from Taft? That's our rival. Yeah, Taft is our rival. So I shouldn't even call their name. I shouldn't call him name. I can't do it. It's sacrilegious for me to call him name.
Okay, all right. So, and you are probably one of the few families that have 3 brothers who represented Jamaica.
That I know of, probably in these. Yeah, I would think so. I don't know. I think if I don't forget, maybe the Murrays, Jerry Murray, Richie Murray, I think, and there are other younger brothers.
The Verti is only 2.
Yes, but I think the Murrays.
Zadie is only 2 brothers.
No, actually Zadie's, yeah. Chris Zadie, Craig Zadie, and Nicholas Zadie.
Yeah. So there you go. All right. So you're in elite class when you have those things, But so you went to the under-20, captain the team, and stuff. The team did well enough, because I think even our goalkeeper was one of the better goalkeepers.
Alien Whitaker, yes.
Alien Whitaker was in that team. Who are some of the other players that were in that?
So Alien Whitaker, Omar Daly, Sean Fraser, Keith Kelly, Christopher Nicholas, Fabian Blake, Fabian Dawkins, Shane Stevens, Sheldon Baptiste, Wolverine Wolf.
Yeah, Richard Errors just said that. Wolves, he just put in that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Chapman
man.
just said that. Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's, some solid players, you know.
Man.
Where, you know,
Yeah. That was a big team. It's unfortunate so many of you guys never made for whatever reason the transition just never took place. So that's under 20, but you also played for the under 23 and captain the under 23 as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I think at that time and not only that time, but like you said, it's so sad that most of us didn't transition. I'm not saying, or probably the general public is not saying that all of us should transition, because you know you're gonna find people go in different directions. But I think what happened is that a lot of times when you have different coaches for different age group, the administration in terms of the JFF never have that structure of saying, okay, these guys, they qualify. Because the thing is, remember,
because I see Anthony Bennett with Sausage, Kari Stevenson was in that team as well.
No, but remember, our team, our U20 team that qualified for the World Cup is just a spin-off or a bump or a springboard, because the U17 had qualified.
Right, yes.
For New Zealand. That's with Alex Keith Kelly, Kevin Stewart. So we had a couple of those guys in our U20 squad. Yeah. So I'm saying, think about if the federation would look at those two groups of sets of players and say, listen, let's lock these 17 to 19-year-olds for 3 years and invest in them and train them. Maybe it would have been another World Cup qualification from the 98 to 2002. So you never know.
What I want to find out, because I don't get to 2010, because some persons don't know that you captained the 2010 team that actually won the Caribbean Championship, I think in Martinique.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Martinique.
In 2010. But before we get there, so you went to the Youth World Cup, good performance. What happened in the 2002 World Cup campaign now? Why you weren't like a main? You're the captain.
Actually, in the 2002 World Cup qualification, I started out. Yeah, I started playing. I was starting, and then obviously we do like we did the other day. The team is doing well. We get to the final, the round of the X, and then we look to change things. So we go to cross the pond to England to look for other players.
Yeah, that I think that is what, because in 2002 this was also your last year at UConn.
Yes.
Yeah, when you were second team All-American.
Mm-hmm. I'm in the process of going to the draft to become a pro.
Right, because you were and tell us about that, because you were drafted number 10. You're the 10 pick. The 10 pick in the draft?
Mm-hmm. 10 pick in the draft.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was. I was
to the Dallas. You went to the Dallas Burns, right?
Dallas Burns. Yeah. Who is FC Dallas now? I spent my rookie season there. We didn't have a good season. I think. We were very poor, and then after that year, I was traded to Kansas City. Well, I wouldn't say traded to Kansas City. Kansas City traded 2 players to Dallas for me. So, and I went to Kansas right away in the squad, second year player. We won US Open Cup. That year we get to the finals of the league, and also we were Supporters Shield winners that year as well with the most points. And Yep. I mean, you had a long, and I know at some point you won the Premier League in Jamaica, I think, with Portmore. No,
Or
I
Hazard?
didn't. I didn't play for Portmore. A lot of people get it because
Play for Hazard.
conflicted. I played for Hazard, which that is Portmore now still. But
Yeah, but
I
it's
have to
the
I have to
15
pay.
points
But
ahead of. Yeah.
I have to pay respect to the name because Hazard is is their history as well
Yeah.
as Portmore United is the same history. But yeah, I just played. So now when I was playing for Portmore is when
Hazard.
I Hazard I deferred from college for the year.
Yeah.
So when I deferred from college for a year now, I was in Jamaica. So if I wasn't training with the national teams, which is the under 20 or the senior team, the coaches wanted me to be playing regularly. So
Yeah.
that's how I joined Hazard because I think that would be a very good environment for me. You
Yeah.
know.
All right. Tell us about your career in the MLS. I mean, because I mean, for most of your career, you were a regular starter. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. I wish I was playing now. to the,
I'm glad that
to,
is just a wish.
yeah, to the amount of money that is in the league now. No, but yeah, I mean, my time in the league was very good. I mean, come across some very good organization, and I put in my work. My body of work speaks for itself. I put in my work. The players that I play with, they can vouch for that, and it shows because I remember when I was at the draft in Kansas City when I get drafted, and when I did went up
You
on
were the only
stage.
Jamaican drafted that season.
No, Damani Ralph as well.
Okay.
Myself and Damani Ralph came out in the draft the same year because we went to UConn as well. Yeah, so
Oh.
at UConn it was myself, Damani Ralph, Andrew McLeod, Anthony Curtis that I played with at Excelsior.
Excelsior. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Curtis went to UConn. Yes. Also, so Dino Williams was on your Excelsior team.
Dino Williams, yes.
Before
Yes.
yeah. Okay. So but Anthony Curtis didn't enter the draft.
No, he didn't enter the draft.
You and Damani Ralph.
Yes.
Right.
Both
Okay.
entered the draft that year. And at the draft, I remember saying when I did my interview, coming into the league, I'm looking for longevity, and I played 10 solid years. So, it was simple, but I achieved my goal.
All right. So I mean, there are so many questions I have, right? But tell us about what are the moments in your major league career that you really remember and you celebrate some of your accomplishments in MLS.
For me, it's simple, and it boils down to the respect of my peers and people who I played against, and not only played against, but we battle against. And when at the end of the day, they look at you and give you that respect, like, yo, you were a big player, you were a solid player. So, and it is that simple for me.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. I mean, you are not the fastest defender, but you really get beaten because people don't realize that you are a very smart defender. And if they watch the national team, right, what are some of the things that you think, where did you learn that other part of the game, that where speed is lacking, you have to think faster than your feet are moving? Where did you learn that? Was it in college, in the MLS? At what time of your career that became a big thing in your career that caused you to, like I said, play 10 years in the MLS? Though you were not the fastest defender, but you were so smart, you don't get beat.
That wasn't learned, that was innate.
All right. Well, all right.
I mean, it's also come from experience that you gone over the years, and then it also come from coaching and coaches telling you, say, okay, look at it this way. Can you do this way? And the number one thing for me, if when I'm coaching and I tell my defenders, get to the position, always try to get to the position before the attacker. So when if you can do that, then you're halfway there.
Yeah. Right. So you did that. Tell me about now your experience. Now you did under 17, you did under 20. In 2010, you won. Like I said, you were the captain of the team. Tell us about that tournament in Martinique. What it was like, captain in the Jamaican team, winning a championship, and then why that team did not qualify for the World Cup. And you were the captain. Because they say everything rises and falls on leadership, you know. So you were the leader.
Yeah.
Of the team. So tell us.
Yeah. So it's what? It's 2010 and we in 2022. So it's what? 12 years later. No, we enter into that tournament, solid team, because we were playing a lot of games. We had a really good group together. So when
let me just tell you what Richard Edwards said. Richard just said, "Big Shav, you better talk up, I don't know."
So I know what he's talking about. So the nucleus of that squad was formed, I would say, right after we failed in our Gold Cup. I think the Gold Cup tournament the previous year, failed in terms of not doing well with some big names. I remember the first game that we played was in Giant Stadium, I think against, if it's not Venice, I think it's Venezuela. If it's not Venezuela, it's Ecuador, and we tied the game. This is in New Jersey. And Theodore Whitmore took over that team at that time. But we were the first set of players Whitmore coached. We went to that tournament. Team was in high spirits. Everybody was shining. We get there. During the time that we were there, we played our first game. I think we played our first 2 games. We won. Team played well. Everybody, good spirits, everything. But before we went there, it should have been a situation where the federation would come and say, "Okay, gentlemen, this is the package. This is what the federation is in terms of compensation to you guys. Boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3." That should have been the situation.
We only got 1, no 2, no 3. But go ahead, you tell a story.
So that never happened before we left for the tournament. Okay. Being that I am the captain, and that I was fortunate to have some leaders as well in the squad. So for me, it wasn't hard to lead, and then at the same time, the respect for everybody went all around. Everybody respected each other, So that never happened, like I said, before we went to the tournament. So after our second game, we were in the locker room, and rest in peace, Captain. We love him. Captain came in the locker room, and he said, I don't even want to say it, but he said, "Gentlemen," we know, Captain, gentlemen, I know that we should have talked about the compensation and all of that before we came, but it's $500. Take it or leave it. So right there and then, now,
$500 for per diem.
No.
No, I know. I know.
He's just saying everybody's gonna get $500 for the tournament. Take it or leave it. So right there and then, a couple of the guys in the squad, get angry right in the room, and Luton, Shelton, rest in peace, big player. Luton stand up and say, "Yo, Captain," he never say yo, but was respectful. The captain, we're not hungry. You can't just come throw down things, mouse. And then I got up and I said, Luton, sit down. So then I started talking. I said, Captain, the demographics of the team has changed.
Yeah.
3/4 of the players in that squad went to college. Listen, 3/4 of the players in that squad, they went to university. 50% of the players, they were playing overseas already.
Yeah.
And the rest was on the verge of going overseas in that squad, because that squad you had Richard Edwards Sharpman in the squad where Houston Dynamo fly to come look at him. At the time,
Jeremy and you?
Jeremy and Taylor
Taylor,
was in that squad. And I think Jeremy and Taylor, Houston Dynamo was flying to come look at him. Lovell Palmer was in that squad. Houston Dynamo was flying to come to look at him. That's three players, and two of them.
Carl P was a keeper.
Yes, Donovan was a keeper. So I said to the captain, the demographics of the team change. It's not like, no disrespect to when he was the leadership in 96, 97, we really didn't have any quote unquote pros. We really didn't have any guys who had college experience or exposure to know certain things that can say, you know what, I'm not taking this, I'm gonna go to school. I'm not taking this, I'm gonna go do something else with my life other than football. They didn't have that then, but at this point in time, you have that.
See, Sharpman helping you, he said, Kemar Dada Daly, Lovell Palmer, Eric
Exactly.
Vernon.
Exactly. Yeah. Sharpman know the thing. So, when I said that to him now, it became, I guess, he took a step
and he
back.
said that it was Dewey and Mill and Spoon that were the goalkeepers.
Yes, he's right. So, when I said that to captain, he took a step back, and then, even then, nothing was resolved. Nothing. So at this point in time, I'm looking at my teammates and say, listen, guys, we know we have this to deal with, but let us focus and win this thing. And credit to I don't know if it is because they have respect for me or what, or they wanted to just win. I never see a team so focused in spite of the situation, because it was kind of ugly. Because after everything, we won the championship, and then after everything, we came back, and if you hear the sound bite, and I don't remember one of them popular radio stations where captain said, "I will bow for my country." During that time, they said that we stick up the federation. Yes. So, and it was nothing of the sort. And how can you stick up the federation but still stay focused and win a championship?
Yeah,
for the country. That never showed that any bad vibes or any bad energy was in the camp. It was just us being professionals and standing up for what is right. And sometimes authority don't respect, people saying, yo, this is what it is, but still I continue to do my job. And, there was no love lost, because we continued. Some of us paid for it.
Yeah, because, how was your international career affected by that?
To me, I've played my role. So this is 2010. I've played my part already.
But you weren't old. Like, it's not. Like,
no.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't. But
for more years.
Yes, for sure. But then again, like I said, then come. Don't think it was peaches and cream for Shavar Thomas playing for the national team. I've been in squads, national team squad, training for Caribbean Cups, and coach put me in the team. I'm on the bench, okay, hoping I'm gonna get my chance. And then the next thing, the manager come to me and say, hey, you're not changed today. This money I got change.
The coach put you in the team, and the team manager put you in the team. You're talking like a practice match, not a real match. This must be practice match you're talking about. Must be practice match. Oh my Lord. Whoa.
Sometimes I even make fun of my younger brother. I remember one time I don't remember where we were traveling to. And as past players, we even make fun of ourselves, of each other, in terms of saying, yo, you remember when you get dropping at the airport? Remember when them said a wrong Thomas, and a A Thomas, a B Thomas?
That actually happened?
Yes, man.
I don't know. Listen, one thing I can say, I am happy that you can smile about it today, because I know players who have not taken kindly to some of these things. But it's glad that I'm happy to see that you haven't allowed it to set back.
No, man, I'm crazy. Them energy there, it's just motivation and,
So you're in a squad, you're at the airport to what? You get to the place and they say that is your brother.
No, not, yeah, so, all right. So at this point,
I think
John...
Andrea Thomas is saying, stand up for your right. And it becomes a problem.
So at this point, John Barnes was coaching the team. We were in Montego Bay playing in the Caribbean tournament. I was on the bench, change in the locker room, change and everything. And then the next thing I hear, John Barnes name in the squad, the 20. That we're not in the squad.
And somebody says the wrong Thomas. No, I'm like thinking like, what kind of thing? This is not like corner league. This is not like a corner league thing. This is a national. And listen, you're a professional. Shavar, you're a professional, playing in the MLS at the highest level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, it's up, man.
Starting regularly. It's not like you're a fringe player. You're a 10 pick in the draft. All-American in high school. All-American. Captain U20. And this is the kind of thing people say is a wrong Thomas.
Listen. I mean, them things that just make you stronger, make you push. And in the end, people probably at that time have ulterior motives to push other people for whatever reason, and it is what it is. I mean, yeah.
Let me tell you, I want to commend you though. Honestly, I want to commend you because listen, there are some players who, they are so upset about certain things that they don't even want to be interviewed. Because they figure, if I ever get interviewed and taught things, the whole place mash up. So the fact that, when again from U17, your captain, U20, U23, senior team, and for you to take these things and you smile about it, and not only that, still involved in football, still involved in coaching, still give back in that capacity, it's an awesome, and I want to personally commend you because a lot of people see you guys, and the fans think like a lot of you just walked away from the team. You just got tired of football now and you walked away because nobody really understood like how Shavar. I was talking to Rudolph Austin, it's the same thing. I look at player issue, same wage thing. And he just disappears off the national scene. Same thing with you. The wage issue, disappear off the national scene. Freddie Butler, a wage dispute, disappear off the national scene. As soon as players talk about them pay, you don't hear about them again.
And it's not a situation of talking about your pay. It's just a situation of doing things the right way. I mean, because I can remember most recently with some phone call with
Willie Harris encouraging him, say, talk the things there, my brother.
I can remember most recently some things with Damian Lowe and Lawrence. Kemar and yeah. So it's I think we should have passed them stages there long time.
Exactly.
Because it was happening before me, during my time, after my time. So something there's a problem.
Yeah. Well, I hope that the problem is fixed, that we know, because these things. But I remember when Rudolph Austin spoke, he said this. The truth is, he never. It's not even the money, but he was caught in between this. He was okay. The players, if him don't do it, he loses the respect of the players, and if he does it, then the federation ostracizes him. So as the captain, how difficult was that for you?
No, listen, you know what? I try my best to find ways around things. All right, one instance, and you know Sharpman, I listen, Sharpman can't tell you. I remember we went to, I think it's the Antigua playing, we did poorly in that tournament, in that Caribbean tournament. And we were traveling and there was no per diem. So what I did was, maybe the per diem never come with the team when we did our travel, when we were traveling, but I know we were in the airport and obviously, you know, guys want a munch, a meal. So what I did was, myself, Luton, all the guys who were playing pros. I said, yo, Luton, you take 2 people, 3 people, me take 2, Jeremy and you take 3, you know, and it worked out because, you know, we are buy our friend a meal.
Yeah. So it was never about the money, it's just a principle.
Yeah, just the way you do things. I mean, we are playing for our country. We already see this as this is big deal to us. So, you know.
And I'm glad that some of you guys have come to share these stories, because I think for the football to look good on the field, the administration must be good as well. So it is not, one cannot be separated from the other. Right?
Yeah.
It has to go both ways. But I see Andrea Thomas. Anytime I see, I'm going to assume it's a relative, you know. Shavar. It's a Shavar. Remember when you're playing and the team and playing the team and the forward beat you and you draw down him shots and stop him, whole stadium think you get red card. Tell us about that. Who you're playing?
We were playing against Honduras. It was Carlos Pavan. Ball came to me pretty much. We were on the build out. I was playing sweeper because at that time we were playing 5-3-2, 3-5-2. Playing with 2 stopper and sweeper. So if I'm the sweeper and the striker win the ball from me, basically is a 1v1 with the goalkeeper. And ball came to me. I tried to make a move, but the ball bounced up on the field, bounced up on my foot, and got to the striker. And trust me, he was on his way to goal. I don't even remember what I did, but I barely touched him, but it didn't even seem so.
Yes.
As if I did. And it worked, and we won the game.
All right. Tuffy Rudy, this is a Connecticut man. He says, although we always a problem for you are tough, I never miss your games. You're a true baller. Thanks for representing. Enough respect. Loomis only had Pat Phelan, top defender, but he was slow.
Yo, that is a top. Yo, I can't call him name. I'm not allowed to say this. I cannot.
You're not allowed to.
No.
All right, but listen. Here's what I mean. We don't even get into the coaching aspect, but when did you? Let's get into that, and then we'll come to some other questions about the football. In terms of your coaching, when did you start the journey into coaching? Where are you at now in terms of your qualification, and where are you at now in terms of your coaching, in terms of team?
For me, you know, I look at it this way. I've invested 10 years in the football already. So I'm thinking off the top of my head, does it make any sense now to go invest the next 7 years in trying to be a doctor? Not saying that I was going to be any doctor.
Yeah.
So I've already invested in this. I love this. So before I finished, I think a year or 2 years before I finished playing, I did my US National B license in California. A lot of ex-pros, guys who are coaching now, Jim Curtin, Pablo Mastroeni, Andy Williams was there with us as well. Was a part of my group who did it. A bunch of ex-pros. So I did it before I stopped playing, and I had it. But I knew I wanted to still be in football in some capacity, and I felt like imparting what I've learned over the years, all the knowledge to younger players. I just think that coaching was the right thing to do, and that's where it started. And also added motivation from seeing my teammates, ex-teammates coaching teams. I played with Rafa Wiki, who was the coach at one point for FC Basel, and he came and coached Chicago Fire. Played with Jesse Marsh, who is at Leeds right now. A lot of my teammates are coaches. Paulo Nagamura, who is at Houston Dynamo, he's the head coach there now. A lot of my teammates are coaches. So, from then on, and at the time too, when I finished playing, I was like, okay, I could have said, okay, I'm gonna stay in the US and start my, coaching. Join a team, join a club, boom, boom, boom. But I was like, you know what? No.
Could have gone back to your high school.
Yeah. But I did go back to my high school in Excelsior.
Oh, I was talking about
Hotchkiss. Yeah, could. But I said, you know what? Let me go to Jamaica, start from scratch again. Start from ground zero, so to speak, where I started with the football. So let's go back there to start the coaching. And, that's where my first coaching job was at St. Diego High School. Massive respect to Miss Watson and, Mr. Simpson and the St. Diego family who welcomed me and, actually believed in me, not even having any coaching experience. Because, these days when, you go look for a job, they're like, oh, how much experience you have in coaching? But how are you going to get experience if you're going to start somewhere? But yeah, massive respect to the San Diego family, who welcomed me there. And, we did my first season, we did okay. And then second season, it was tremendous. We went to the semifinals in Manning Cup, Walker Cup, and Champions League. And in those three semifinal games, St. George's knocked us out.
Okay. Wow.
In all three.
In all three.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And that's where you move from, and you're at Portmore.
And then from at that point I wasn't at Portmore. So from there I went to Excelsior. And funny enough, pretty much all my coaching job, say, Paul, you met me get there because
really?
No, I listen.
What?
No, listen. Let me tell you something about Paulie. Paulie, to us, you see that squad that went to the Youth World Cup 2001. Yeah. Paulie was with team manager, Paulie was with agent, with team manager, with father, everything. Paulie take care of it up to this point. Up to today. Yeah, man, Paulie take care of the whole of it.
All right. Well, so you went to Excelsior.
I went to Excelsior after that, after St. Diego. Spent 2 years at Excelsior. my first season there was a really good season. We went to the semis, we lose out, but it was a solid team, some good players. And then after that season, I joined Portmore United. And
Okay.
with Portmore, and I think being the head coach, I think for a young coach, being a head coach of Portmore United, that was a massive deal to me. You know, for the management team, the Portmore family, Mr. Reid, Mr. Ming, you know, Mr. Mac, everybody who believed in me and think that and at the time, I probably was like, why would they think that I can run a Premier League club? But yeah, they did, and it happened. It was respect all around from the players, and yeah, we had big characters in the team. But you know, obviously, I think, you know, I remember one of my friends say, "Yo, you know, you're always a leader of man, so why you don't think you can do it?" And it came natural. And I was hungry, and I was still developing, and still he's developing as a coach right now, and learning my craft just the same. And you know, it was I tell people that everybody say, "Oh, you win at Portmore." I said, you know, Portmore, the blueprint is there. So it was players who already the seed is planted in their head. Say, listen, you're at Portmore, but you must have a big picture mentality and a dream of playing professional football overseas. So if I have those hungry players, all I need to do is manage them.
Yeah. And now you're at Cincinnati too with the great Granny Marshall.
Yeah, so
how is that?
I mean,
how is it working with the cool ruler?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, massive big ups. You know, I play with Tyrone and the national team, a teammate for years. Played against Tyrone in the league in the MLS.
Right.
You know,
and you played against Wooldy. Can you play against Wooldy in MLS? Omar Cummins, Damamiral, Stevens, Andy Williams, Tyrone Marshall, Lovell Palmer, Taylor as well.
Yeah, man, all of them will battle with each other. Sometimes they mash me up, and sometimes I mash them up. There we go. But yeah, I mean, being here with with Tyrone, you know, being Tyrone's assistant, I mean, is a tremendous and a big opportunity. To be honest, we are in a very delicate spot when I mean delicate, important spot, because we are dealing with, you know, players from the first team as well as academy players, and we have to, make sure these guys are ready when the first team call on them. Not be prepared and ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Also transitioning academy guys into being professionals. So we're working in a very important spot.
Somebody just reminded me that you also coach with your brother. The Woolmerans I don't want the Woolmerans to get upset, you know.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I was my brother's assistant at Woolmers for 2 seasons.
So your brother was the head coach and you're the assistant.
Yeah, man. You know, he's gonna involve baller, no baller. Right. And you know, once I love all around.
Okay. So, all right. So, but you also coach. You're also in Turks, right? Because when you left Portmore, you went to, I think you and was it Andrew Edwards?
So
a group of you guys actually.
Coach Andrew Edwards was the
was
the technical director in Turks. Coach Aaron Lawrence, the goalkeeper coach, myself, and Coach Omar Edwards was at the time coaching the senior team, men's team, and I was
experience.
Turks is you know let me put it the right way. It was very good for me in terms of, again, it's another stage in my development in terms of international football. and then it helped me to transition to where I'm at right now. So I remember doing a course during COVID time, early days, and in one of the courses, they had a video of good coach, bad coach, and the good coach encourages, reinforce, give good talks, give motivational speech. Players go out there and they work, but they never really always get any victory. Now they have the bad coach who who probably curse, all kind of manner of evil, shout, yell, action on the sideline, but for sometimes him get results. So I'm saying to myself, let's equate that to being in a big time football environment and being at Turks. Turks is not the biggest football environment, but what have you learned from there? What have I learned from the good coach / bad coach? And it is what have I learned from being in the environment at Turks, that is not a big time, quote unquote football environment, and the big time environment. So my takeaways are, I develop myself, make people better, make people better, make players better, and you have, in my 2.5 years there, I've seen tremendous growth. I'll share an experience with you. Last August, we went to the CONCACAF Under 14 tournament, U15 tournament.
Jamaica went to that tournament as well.
Yeah, we went there. Yes, so we played 3 games. We lost all 3 games, 4 games, lost all 4 games, 2-1.
Yeah.
So
that's
I mean,
for a nation like Turks and the Caicos, we're normally prone to getting 10 and 6 and 8 and stuff like that.
So
yeah.
So you basically answer my question. So I remember I was mad, like livid, and so one evening, we had a team talk. I was like, guys, can you guys tell me what you think about the tournament? Do you think you did well? And the response was, coach, you know what? I've gotten better, since, and I know that my teammates have gotten better. All of the players have gotten better. But in my head, I'm seeing you guys play. I know your potential. I know where you can go. And no, because they're not getting 6 anymore, and they're competitive.
That's improvement and growth. Yeah.
But for they didn't.
For you.
Yes, but it was a good situation all around.
Yeah, man. All right. Let me just get these right. Jelani, everyone is in Giant. Tell the man them about the DR trip. Laugh out loud and how the GFF send we go get robbed.
Tell Jelani without the members.
Garfield Ratty Robinson in the building said Coach Shavar is a lion on the field and a lamb off it. Marsha Thomas says blessings. Yeah. And then this person said, you win, brother. I want to know if it's him and Marshall that have Alvas Powell playing better. I think the question is. And then Boss Thomas is asking, is there any Jamaican in your academy?
In the youth academy, yes, we have. I mean, Jamaican Americans, yeah.
Yeah, I think they're trying to find if there's anyone who can represent Jamaica from U20s or U17. When you see these questions, they have something else. There's something else, behind it. It's not just.
No. You know what? Funny enough, there's a lot of players in these academies now, who want to play for Jamaica.
I'm going to ask you a big question on that because is there an issue? Why is it? And you were in the American system, I guess because you played in Jamaica. But when I think about like Damani Ralph, Omar Cummins, these guys had a hard time. Woody Harris is the next one. A hard time. Tyrone Marshall spoke about it. Why is it so hard when these guys are playing so well in MLS? They can't get in our national setup over our high school players or our Premier League players. I mean, from your experience, what is it? Because you have been on two sides. You were in Jamaica, you were in the States. What is it that they need to do? Because, I mean, like I can tell about Damani Ralph scoring so many goals and can't even get a call up. Same thing with Woody Harris.
My father, that's it. That's a very good question. But you asked the wrong person. I wish the reality. I wish I had the answers. Like I said, I became victim to stuff like that. When I am in changing room and then people say, hey, you're not changing for the game, and you have to be out.
Yeah, and then I see Alex put up top that he actually confirmed that he was dropped at the airport. He actually put the comment. Where is it, Alex? I think he put it up somewhere. Let me put up this one. I don't know who this person is, but I mean, I hope I don't get myself in trouble by putting up the comment. You read it, You seen it? This is from Nicole Henry. She says, I love that smile. I think she's referring to your smile, not mine,
Thank you, Nicole.
Yeah, see it here. Alex said it. He says, I was dropped at the airport. And I mean, people, it doesn't mean that he was dropped off by somebody. What he's saying is that he was dropped from the squad at the airport. What I mean is that, is it the part like leaving Jamaica, or he traveled somewhere and when he got to that airport, he was told he's not a part of the squad? Which one was it? So was it actually like I don't want, so many times that honestly I know these things can happen, but sometimes it's like shocking that professional organizations could operate this way, especially with people, like I said, who have college education and who are professionals, who value playing for their country, that you defer. Like this, remember, Andy Williams gave up college to go in the camp, right? Paul Young gave up his contract to play for Jamaica. You deferred college and you could have won a championship if you had probably been in college to represent. And then this is what we do. I think the whole system, we need to look in the mirror, because too often we're looking out the window and blaming others instead of looking in the mirror and see what the system need to fix. We can't be having these same problems year after year after year after year. I like how Shartman says it. He says money is money. You have to have Mamba mentality to survive some of the things that players go through to have success at that high level.
100.
Yeah, man. But who are the defenders? So let's go back to you now as we kind of come to a close. Who are the defenders that you are the players that you look up to, or you'd say, you know what, I always watch that player and and try to model my game off that player? Is there anyone?
To be honest, it's a collection. So locally, it's a collection. I always say I want to have the work mentality and attitude of Fabian. And Fabian, I always
fabulous. That's fabulous.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
I want to have the humility of Linval Dixon. I want to have the fighting spirit like Ian Goodison. And put that all into one to
okay. That's good. I like that. Yeah. All right. Let me ask you this now. No, you're going to football war, right? Which centre back is you're going to bring beside you?
Wow.
You can pick one club and one country. You understand? Make it easier for you.
One club and one country.
Yeah, instead of just picking one, I'll give it. You can pick one from your club career and one from your country, your career playing for your nation, for Jamaica. So I'm making it easy for you instead of just selecting one.
All right. So we have left out a lot of people, but listen.
Yeah, why is that? Only 11 man can play though. So
no, listen. No. I have the answers. For club that I've played with, Jimmy Conrad played in the World Cup in 2006 with US national. Jimmy Conrad. We played at Kansas City together. If you look at the stats and during our time, we had the most shutouts in the league, best defensive record. We had a really good partnership.
Oh, so you and Jimmy Conrad together? Okay, cool.
Yeah, for club. Yeah. National team. This one easy, and nobody not gonna feel away. I go choose Alex.
But Alex don't play together.
No, but maybe you ask me for national team. Maybe choose Alex.
All right. Well. Maybe.
Me and Alex play together. You know. Me and Alex play U20 together. Ask him about the goal when me have to save him for make a reach the World Cup.
We're not gonna ask him about that. So how Omar gonna feel about this now?
No man, Omar a genius man. Omar the leader man.
Right. So which right back you carry?
Which right back?
Club and country.
Tyrone. When Tyrone played right back for national team, I think
yeah, man.
See, you remember when he played.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah, right back. Yeah. Tyrone Marshall, right back.
Yeah. And you said club, but anybody at your club or that's all right. I work with Tyrone Marshall. This person said, did you play with that Italian defender in Montreal?
Nesta. Yes, I did.
Okay.
But Nesta was at his end of his career, but
yeah, he was.
He's obviously a big time player, big time baller. Learn a lot from him. Humble soul. Come on.
Yeah. What about left back? So right back Tyrone.
Left back I would choose. There's a lot of left backs in the but I gotta choose two people. Ricardo Gardner and Robert Scarlett.
Oh, look at baby, big baby and look at baby.
Yeah, man.
Did you play a lot of games with them? When named Demar Phillips? What's
Man.
Demar Phillips?
See, them I leave out a lot of people.
Hey, but they rate Demar Phillips too. Demar Phillips didn't bother you.
You can't rate him. You rate him.
Yeah, man. What I don't know. Every time people call left back, I hear Demar Phillips name, Demar Phillips.
I'm all of that, man.
Yeah. All right. See, Alex, you're laughing. Yeah, that's that will come in. All right. So midfielders now. Give me a midfielders.
Midfielders. For me.
Because there's only 3 you're using in midfield,
I use 3 in a midfield?
Yeah, I'll give you the 3 options in the midfield.
Jason Morrison and Rudolph Austin.
Yeah. So that's 2.
Yeah, and then my attacking midfield, my number 10 would have be Jerry or Tapa. Jerry or Tapa. Would have played a number 10 role. Or Keith Kelly. I forget 3 midfielders. Keith, I'm my brother.
I gave you 3 though.
Well, you give me 3, but I have to use 2 cent. I have to use them 2 center mid.
So Jason Morrison, Rudolph Austin.
Mm-hmm. I'm a 2 holding midfielders.
And then you have to try to Jeremy, Papa, and Keith Kelly.
Yeah.
All right, don't choose any because you'll get yourself in a problem right now.
Yeah.
And your 3 forwards. I know Luton Shelton is one of them.
Walter Boyd,
yeah.
Damani Ralph.
And Damani Ralph. All right, good team. And your goalkeeper?
My goalkeeper.
Who talk to you
goalkeeper.
the most and say, Shavar, come back, Shavar,
No,
back,
man.
Shavar.
My goalkeeper, my name Donovan and Brad Guzan.
Oh, Brad Guzan is the American goalkeeper.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Donovan
yeah.
Ricketts and Brad Guzan.
Yeah. All right. That look like that look like a good team, you know, right there. You understand? Because of where you're going with that team, you know. So you go see. Big.
Yo, you make me later, you make me leave. You see my warrior. Me not talk about
But
no
that's what I said. You're going to football.
wait,
Who you
no,
carrying
listen,
up?
no. You see me next center mid when we should have put him in name him name because it should even we shouldn't even no mention him name. Short man, a warrior.
Shot man, come off on the stream. Can you take too long to call him name? You know?
No, what you saw no? No, what you saw no?
Yeah.
Not you know that not that sharp man a warrior in terms of him a battle, you know. Sharp man a ball playing number 6 midfielder.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Smart, get there where you can say sharp man right and him turn and sharp man a ball playing number 6 midfielder.
So who you drop out?
No man, him dead tomorrow. Jason Morrison, Rudolph Austin and Richard Edwards.
Okay, all right, boss. All right, I give you those options. But is there do you look back at your career and is there one thing you said, man, I really wish that I had, you know, if I, you know, it would have given me a lot of joy if in my playing career I did this. You know, it could be like qualifying for the World Cup, winning an MLS title, anything at all. Okay.
No, because everything that happened was destined to, and through it all, one, I can't go back and change the past, and two, me in charge of the future. So the present is good. We're going to do everything.
Okay. I mean, I know you went to Reading, but in the MLS, did you have other options? Like, I mean, were you ever contacted by teams like in the Scandinavian nations or anywhere else? Do you have an agent? Are you just,
I went to Sweden for a trial with IFK Gutenberg. Yeah, but I mean it never happened. So you know, I came back and I signed again with a team in the league when I was out of contract. I went to IFK Gutenberg and then I came back and signed with the team in the league. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy with how my career has turned out. Not very many people get to do what they love. From I know myself, my sisters can tell her, my brothers can tell her, my community can tell her, it's football for me, and I get to do this every day still. So it's a blessing.
All right, so people, we're going to take 5 more questions and then because you seem stretching because he's, you know, we have to release him sooner because I don't want the marshal, you know. But Kirk Hendricks, the man from Herbie down there in the West, says, question, what do you think of Kemar Lawrence? I saw him mark Messi in Copa America and think he's one of our best ever. That is Taxi. Kemar, he's asking your opinion on Kemar Taxi Lawrence. What are your thoughts on him?
No, I mean, a very good player. It's for me, it's about just consistency. You know, if you watch, being on this side of the fence now, being a coach, where you watch tremendous amount of videos and you see things that the naked eye don't see, like, you know, watching it, and you zoom in on you know, players and everything they do, you more consistent. But he's a want more consistency from him, but he's a very good player.
All right, awesome. Karoom Yui says, this is Excelsior man. So you probably know you're from Excelsior. Coach Karumi. You said that you think MLS is a good league for Jamaicans?
If MLS is a good league for Jamaica?
Yeah, that is the question. I don't know if you know the question. Yeah. seem like it need more to it in the context and things. So let's keep past that.
No, man, I can't respond, man.
Okay.
Let's look at it this way. If it is they getting an opportunity to better yourself and your family life, that's one. And two, do what you love, why not? MLS as quality, it has grown tremendously in quality and stature over the years, since I have played to now. So it is above a lot of leagues in Europe, in the smaller European nations. A MLS team can compete with teams from the Danish league, Swedish league, Norwegian league. The MLS clubs them can compete with them right now on the same platform.
Yeah,
and all them one. I guess gone are the days when the MLS team plays against the Mexican teams them and it's a 4-0 or a 5-0 score.
Yeah.
So if Karumi, if you're a fan of the game, you wouldn't ask me that question. But no flow.
Yeah, man. Richard says, I mean, Big Shavi sound like you're reading a lot of books of the great Malcolm X. The tough man not going to stop either. The tough man says, Shavar, some good high school and pro games that I enjoy. My favorite goal was your senior year against Tough on a free kick at the edge of the 18-yard. With speed you dribble into the net.
Listen.
He said,
that school is my rival.
He says his son is the only African-American black person who plays for this school during your time.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is the person. I don't know if you can make any connection.
Yes, man.
You know who it is?
Yeah, man. Tough. Like me say, I can't mention them name, but yeah, they are rivals, the other school.
Yeah. And then Andrea Thomas says that telling Richard Edwards that you're reading too much, man. Yeah.
I am a student of life, so it never for me it never stopped, and it's not I want to learn, so
readers are leaders are readers. And if you read a lot, you're going to lead because it's having additional information. You understand me? That's it. This person, I got this message coming in on our text line. It says, you have to ask him how he got boarding school opportunity, but because that is unique in high school in the United States. Yeah.
I can answer that question. So, I played at Real Mona. And the Real Mona family and a lot of people before me. Actually, Craig Zadie went to Hotchkiss before I went there. Marzuka went there as well. So it was, Mona is a unique club in Jamaica, big club that doesn't get a lot of highlight. Who also create opportunities for people who went to college.
Yeah, your Real Mona team was very good too because it had you, Foley, Virtue. A lot of you guys. I didn't know.
Exactly.
I was there.
Yeah, man. I'll explain. Even when I played U14 at Real Mona, we won everything. I think that one of my best teams I ever played on, and this is pro / high school, college. Everything was at Real Mona. We won U14s with bigger than the Untouchables, no goals scored against us right throughout the season. And we were playing against big teams. Yeah. So we were playing against Corvilles, the Santoses, the Medievans. And, we win everything. No goals scored against us.
Yeah. Listen, as we come to a close, I'm going to give an opportunity to thanks to the many persons who came on to support you and to be here with you. But here's what, if you can give like some nuggets to young players who want to go pro, what would that be? And to coaches as well who are developing players in Jamaica, what would be the nuggets you leave with them? So listen, if they don't hear anything else From all that you have said, listen, take this.
So, I don't want to sound philosophical, but for me, it was simple. I always believed in myself. Believe in yourself, as well as also believe in yourself. Put the work in. Put the work in. It's not an easy road. And I leave them with this. One time I was traveling, I don't remember where I was going, but you get to the immigration, give them your passport, and obviously my documents good. The immigration officer said, "Where are you from? Why are you here? And where are you going?" And as simple as that sound and as routine as it is for him asking me those questions, it stuck with me. And that is how I treat life.
Where are you from?
Why are you here?
Why are you here? Where are you going?
Yeah.
Good words. And if you have the answers to those questions, you have paved a pathway for a successful life.
Definitely.
Yeah. Winston Fowling is asking you, what is your qualification as a coach?
I'm a U.S. National B. A year ago, I just did my CONCACAF B. And also, I'm going to be in the process of doing my U.S. National A license. And in the future, UEFA. Sky's the limit. My UEFA.
Okay. All right. So we have close to 500 persons who have watched the video thus far, right? So you're very popular, right?
I'm probably 500 family.
Well, you never know. Could be. But take some time to say thank you to all the persons who have been instrumental in your life up to this point, from family to friends to coaches to teammates. The floor is yours.
No, I mean, I don't have to say much. They know. This is not something. Even though I'm getting a big platform to do this, but this is things that I do every day, and they know it's love, and love alone.
Yeah. One thing I'll say is that people will tell from your interview that your family is very closely knit. Right?
Yeah, man.
You can tell by your brother and sister and stuff. You can tell that, and that is awesome, right? And like Garfield Ratty Robinson said, I mean, good on the field, but off the field, calm, quiet, and intelligent. And the truth is, I've always, one of the things I admire is when you can be a professional footballer, but still you're educated. Because sometimes the perception is that if you're a footballer, you're not really bright. But your game shows that football is not just what you do with your feet; it's in the head.
I mean, even the ones where the players, them, so to speak, where people would claim as dunce are probably don't do well in the classrooms, based on the facts. I'm gonna tell you this: smart dunce people can't play football, because guess what? You have to be making decision at 100 miles an hour, deciphering stuff before it happens, So tell me how somebody that is, don't play.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. So because I don't excel probably in the classroom, that doesn't mean I'm not smart. Everybody have them,
the niche,
them strengths and their weaknesses.
Yeah, man. All right, Garnet, done. Go ahead. But
Garnet Denton 20.
Yeah, super chat. No, man, you were going to say but go ahead.
No. I was saying thanks for having me, and it's a pleasure. And it was a good talk, and I really enjoy it.
Yeah, man, and I really enjoyed you coming on, man. I mean, short man. Hey, short man. You're coming to the short man. Anyway, brother, enough love and respect as always. King. Knowledge is power. Power is life. Life is money. Money is victory. And victory is
man.
love.
Shot man, no enough love all around when I'm a G.
Yeah, man. And try Malcolm from Rossies. A lot of the people, a lot of footballers, Gregory Messam, Freddie Butler, all of these guys.
No, you see, let me tell you something. You see, when me say any past players, especially the players that I play 98, I don't even address them by them name. I address them as legend. Freddie can't tell you. I address them as legend because what they did. I mean, it motivated me.
But this is what I'm saying, that we need to, like, you know what I'm doing, right? And I mean, this is the idea, and I'm trying to find all the players. I just spoke to Kevin Harris, who was in the under-20 team.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find all the players to talk to them about where are they now. Like Lexus, Fabian Blake.
Yeah, Fabian Blake, yeah.
There you go. Like, what happened to these players? Like, what happened to that generation? I mean, I spoke to Keith Kelly recently, but what happened? What is going, like, man?
No. What? I mean, and don't Brazil can ask the same question. Argentina can ask the same question. Sometimes it's that life happens.
Yeah, but Brazil can afford to have that. Argentina can afford to have that. But we can't afford to have, because we don't so we don't have the luxury. We can't afford to say that with track and field. Like listen, when you find a talent like Usain Bolt, you can't afford to lose it.
But we have had talents. You know what I mean? Before the great goal.
True. But listen, we have had good footballers, but we have never had in such a short period of time between 2017 and 2021. Under 17 and under 20 qualifying. And I'm saying that there's no way you could say like that never materialized into like we missed the World Cup by even 1 point. We didn't even get to that place.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm saying that Brazil can afford that because they probably have 1,000 to choose from. We only have 30. So that is my point. But but blessings and respect to you. I mean, keep doing your thing. Keep excelling, keep growing. Like I said, the sky is the limit. I will say this, somebody said it earlier. Like when you left Portmore like is in terrible, and people are upset, a lot of footballing fans are upset when they left Portmore because they thought like this is what the football needs. See it here, John Shavar, you need to come back to Portmore from your left me team in a turmoil. But
Portmore was a special place in our heart, man. It was an amazing time, actually standing outside myself at times as the coach, seeing my growth and my development during that time, also, imparting knowledge to players, and man, sometimes, and yeah.
I didn't even know this. You see, all the Harris busting store now. He's a big up the chef. Is the tin mackerel and rice chef or the real chef? How you call him cooking? Sir Harris?
No.
Chef and cooking.
No, man. Listen, my man. Listen, man. Watch this now. One day we come from pre-season training, mash up, tired. Never forgot to ask Wole. I'm gonna say, Wole, I cook some curry chicken and dumpling and food, ground provisions.
Yeah.
And the curry chicken there was a curry chicken, bad. So from that, the boss say, Chef Shavar.
All right, so you're not a cook, so you're a chef.
Yeah.
Real like all right. If we say you're a chef, you know.
Yeah, man, we do, can't handle ourselves, man.
All right. Robbie P, I see Robbie P asking something, but I think he answered that already. Robbie P about what it was like playing at Hotchkiss School. He answered that we can't go over it, but I don't know if you want to just
No,
because
I mean,
yeah.
Hotchkiss was, obviously, in terms of being a soccer player, I was above the level, but I was, I still had to compete to win, not because I am even more talented than the next person. That doesn't mean I'm going to win, but it was good. It was, I learn in everywhere I go, I learn how to do something different. If that makes sense. So while I was at Hotchkiss, I learned how to work hard, handle myself, departmentalize school and sports, and so everywhere I've been, I've strengthened myself, so to speak.
Yeah, man. All right. Well, people, that's Baby Giant. You understand me? Coach Shavar Thomas. You understand me? The one, like I said, who captained at every level in Jamaica's football. One of the families that can say we have three brothers that represented the national team. You understand me? Coach and keep on growing. Maybe one of these days we will see him coaching in the national setup. I know he would really enjoy that. And I mean, I've seen his work at Portmore. Just imagine Shavar and Tyrone taking what they're learning at Cincinnati to come and deploy in one of our youth setup and youth program. You never know, people. But I really want to thank you. Like I said earlier, I mean, your service to the nation, because you started out early. I mean, playing for Jamaica, and at the back end of your career, we knew you had more in you, but things happen. But I'm glad, like I'm so happy that you can speak and you don't sound like you're vexed or you're angry or you're not bad mouthing anyone, because you've gotten past that. Because life is bigger than what people think and what people do. At the end of the day, it is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond to it. And I'm glad that your response is, hey, that's like water on a duck's back. And I hope that people take that lesson this evening and apply it to their lives. That no matter how bad people treat you, you can still smile, man, because you can get past it. Don't let it hinder you from even talking to somebody else and making their life better. And so I want to commend you for that. So keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on being a positive inspiration and a motivation to so many people. And I know that there are many people tonight who watch this, and people afterwards would learn and hear something from all that you have said that will transform their life in the long run. So thank you so much again for coming on. Really enjoyed your company this evening.
It's a blessing.
Yeah, man.
No flow.
All right, so there you go, people. That was Shavar Thomas. What a wonderful time we had. And I also want to thank every single one of you, right, for being a part of this. Really appreciate your company. You are the reason why we do it, right? Because you're engaged in the process. Listen, learn something from Shavar. He could have been upset, mad, and vexed with everyone. But listen, man, life goes on. Because sometimes the adversities in life make us better. You know the story of that donkey? There was this donkey and they were trying to get rid of the donkey. And here's what they did. They tried to bury the donkey alive. And every time they dug a hole, they put the donkey in it. They kept on throwing dirt down there. And every time they did, the donkey shook the dirt off and came up a little higher. The more dirt they put in, the more he shook it off until all the dirt was back in the hole. And the donkey was not buried, but he was on the top of the hole, standing over it. So when life throws dirt at you, don't let it bury you. Shake it off and step up. I hope you learned that tonight. Join us again tomorrow. It's Good Friday. And in the evening, we will have a Woolmerian on the program. And this Woolmerian, he participated at Champs in discus. He played Manning Cup and youth football for Jamaica. He made century in the cricket competitions. And he also went to the finals of basketball for Woolmers. Did all of these things, right? So listen for that tomorrow at 8:30. It's going to be epic. Live good and be good. I challenge you, find a way in all that you say and do to add value to someone else's life. I am Manning's Man. This is I Am Sure Sports. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful rest of the night.
Yo, watch about dog, SK New Erdis, the body out there, Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, you cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Ocho-Rios, Galtigo Bay, everywhere. I Am Sure Sports, check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like, yeah, someone on for the food from we young, from we day, you need height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.